let's work together. Let's create an equal and fair chance for everyone. You know, take out the boundaries. It doesn't help anyone because at the end of the day, when you minimize the facilities or opportunities for someone else, that way you create a gap which you have to fill in. So in order to make the world a better place, let's give each other an equal and fair chance to participate, to produce, to add value, to innovate, to educate, to produce. Man. My name is Maurino Clemens Pansa. I am the CEO of the Pansa Group of Companies. The Pansa Group of Companies consists of 3 companies: Pansa Machine Shop, Commercial Contracting Company H. Pansa & Sons, and Pansa Industries. We are the best in turnkey solutions when it comes to industrial manufacturing, industrial services, human resource development, sustainable development, community development, manufacturing of industrial installations, etc., etc.
How do you feel anytime you walk in here?
I feel great, and I feel that I have done something which inspires the whole nation, and the inspiration need to go to the world that you can start small, but you can think big.
What is your secret to your success?
Hard work. There's no secret. It's hard work and dedication and passion, just like that. One man is not capable of doing anything.
Exactly.
However, if you can manage to have a community, to have people around you that you can help maximize their capacity, but also your capacity as well, create the facilities, the infrastructure, then I think that it's possible and realistic to make your dream become reality.
Do you have a favorite quote?
My favorite quote: I paid the cost to be the boss.
Woo!
Yeah, I paid the cost to be the boss.
What you've done is absolutely amazing. And I believe that we all are going to agree with Kwame Nkrumah that a black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Of course, you can see it talks for itself. The legacy is here, and it's a maiden voyage. We can do it. This company was started by my late father and my mother, Humphrey Pansa, and my mother, Juliana Pansa Papoto. They started a small one-man company in 1975. Started with supplying lumber products, and then later on, after my father retired from the bauxite company, they started with manpower supply and industrial services.
So you took over from your dad?
I took over from my dad.
Which year was that?
Well, that was in 1998, 97, 98. My father had early retirement because of health issues. And yes, I was just 19 years old when I started. Yeah, as a youngster.
So, I mean, when you were 19, this is your father's factory, that's how it looked like?
No, when I was 19, I started in a shackle, let's say a container like this, at the plant, the bauxite company. There was a compound for small companies. They had an office, and that is where I started. 10 years after I started, I built this plant. So this is the area where my father started his office.
When was the last time you came here?
Wow. The last time I came here was a long time ago. Because everything, let's see how it was, is you won't see our office anymore because it's demolished. You know, when they were shutting down the bauxite plant, the alumina plant, who was our biggest client, who we used to service.
Okay.
All of those areas were under their control. There were certain areas like where our where our office was, and they started to demolish all the buildings, so we had to move out.
This is the place.
This is the place. This could have happened with me, with us, if we haven't thought about
The future.
sustainability beyond the bauxite industry. So we are here at the Paranam Labor Village. That's how we call it. It's where it all started. My father's office, what I took over in 98, 97. And yeah, this is where I started. This is where it all began. Yeah, it's all begun. This is where I started the business, and it's all gone. Everything is gone. This is where our office was, but it was not ours. It was an office that is an office space for small companies like my father's, that they give you an area where you can put your It's a building, a small building. So if we didn't have the vision with regards to generational wealth, then this would have been our end.
Your story, eh?
Yeah, the story was going to end here, and that's it. And the story ended here in 2013. But I started build the plant there in 2003. I started brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick. And in 2008 it was turnkey, and then we had the startup. You know, startup phase took us 5 years, the startup phase. And we went full in production in 2013, when all of it was gone.
It went off because the bauxite closed down?
It went off because the bauxite reserve in this area and in Mungo, where we had the bauxite, was finished. So we still have bauxite, but it's more down in the south, southwest and southeast of Suriname. And this plant couldn't get bauxite anymore from the surrounding area. So if we haven't had a generational wealth vision and looking towards the future, our story, this was going to be the end.
That is really inspiring. So which means like the income you made from there, and you bought this place and started?
No, this place was it was a swamp. Yeah, it was a swamp, and we started from humble beginnings, brick by brick, to build this place. You know, working hard, praying. You know, it's not that the bauxite company give us so much money. We went and took a risk based on the significant potential of Suriname with regards to what we have, human resource, natural resources that need to be developed. That was the inspiration to go and take the risk and invest in this company. So we have a factory Our concept is a factory that builds factory, a factory that creates business. So
if you say a factory that builds factory, what does it mean?
That means an individual or a company can come to us with an idea, and we will develop that idea from zero to something. So let's say we can start with engineering, feed engineering, concept design, and come up with the real thing, the factory or the machinery or the business.
So does it mean that in here you build machineries?
We build, for example, pressure vessels.
Okay.
This is a pressure vessel. This is industrial equipment that you can use for storage of gas, oil, but also we can, for example, build boilers that can generate steam, and with that you can generate electricity, etc., etc. So our factory is a diversified factory. So we can fit in all sectors, not only the oil and gas, but also in the mining, but also in tourism, food processing, etc., etc.
So it's a factory that builds factory.
Yes.
What kind of machines are you building at the moment?
So what we're mostly building are industrial installations. We're talking about pressure vessels, we're talking about power boilers, we're talking about tanks, we're talking about pressure piping systems like skids, you know, several equipments that you use, whether in the oil and gas or the gold mining or food processing. We're talking about ball mills, we're talking about parts for pumps, but also agricultural machines, you know, especially when it comes to machines that you can get in the market. Well, as I say, it's a multi-dimensional, multidisciplinary, multifunctional machine shop, or let's say factory, in which you can build almost everything. Even an aircraft you can build. And I know you're an engineer.
Then you give me your factory. Let me build my own aircraft.
Yeah.
Since everyone is telling me to leave the country, decided to build my own plane to fly out.
You cried. Yeah, so this is a gathering space where we come together, where we create ideas, where we mingle with each other. And all of the furniture you see here were created by us and constructed by us. Because my team, my staff, they came from the heavy industries, you know, manufacturing machines and all those heavy duty things for the gold mining and stuff and oil and gas. But I started to actually bring a mind shift that we can create other products, because you see the phrase sustainability beyond oil and gas. Actually, it's sustainability beyond the commodity-based business. When the oil is gone, when the gold is gone, what do you have? So this is our engineering department, and you can see this is the brain.
Oh, okay.
The finance is the heart. This is the brain.
They are young people.
Young people, very talented, ambitious, and sharp. As I present to you, we do from large to small. So nothing is too small for us and nothing is too large for us. And this is an example of that. This is what our engineering department have created for you.
I've just seen this. I can. WODEMAYA. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Nice.
to give an example, I sent a app for the department yesterday. WODEMAYA is coming. What can you do for him? Can you develop something? And this was created in one day.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, WODEMAYA, Africa to the world. Is that a Suriname map?
Yes.
So this is more like WODEMAYA in Suriname.
Yes.
I love that design, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. It seems you're doing bigger things than the things we see online, though.
Well, it's always good to touch base in the community and the engagement with the community, because that is where the jewels are, where the gemstones are.
Wow.
And you have to polish them.
Is this a vocational school or something?
This is a modular vocational school, technical vocational education school. And the uniqueness of this, it's modular. It's on wheel, it's modular, we can take it all over the country, as a matter of fact, all over the world.
And you strictly train young people?
Well, more or less, young people starting from 21 years of age. The reason why we're doing it like that is because of the fact that we don't want to motivate dropout of school before the age of 21, because there's a education system,
yep,
and we want individual to stay on the education system as much as possible.
This is incredible, man. Really incredible. I've seen the others in school. Is that they do theory?
That's the theoretical part,
okay,
and this is practical welding.
So everyone here is from the community around here?
Yes, everyone here is from the community around here. Of course, there's been a preparation,
okay,
months of preparation for selecting them, in which we have selected youngsters from the community.
How is the selection done?
The selection, first we promoted the program, and they came based on their age, 21 years of age, and also their objective, what they want to do, what they want to learn, etc., etc. And that's how we, and the selection procedure was based on basic knowledge. Some of them are entry level, but still that was one of the requirements. So even if it's entry level or you have the basic knowledge, you can get through the process and then start with this training.
Does it cost so much to be part of this?
This training was partially sponsored by Alcoa Foundation and the Pansa Group of Companies, and it's run by Pansa Machine Shop and Public-Private Center of Excellence for Technology. So there are 4 organizations that have bundled and maximize the capacity to provide this to the community.
When did you start this initiative?
We are running it for almost 1.5 years now, and we will deliver. Listen, we will deliver 120 welders out of this program, and that's huge. That's a lot.
Each time, or?
Well, it's a program of a year and 6 months, and that's very recordable to deliver so much welders, qualified welders, in such a short time of notice.
I wanted to ask you, what is the main purpose of you developing the community with such knowledge? What is your main intention?
Well, you know, as a country in its whole and a community, we have a lack on resources, lack on equipment and facilities, and especially capacity to create, develop, innovate. And one of those missing links are the resources for technical vocational education in remote locations. The tech school, there's a demand on technical vocational education. What this brings is capacity for the communities in order to be self-sufficient, in order to innovate, in order to produce, in order to create added value. So that's the motivation. Suriname, just like Ghana or Africa, has a lot of natural resources. And we also have great human resources. But we need to maximize their capacity in order to be able to have the knowledge, to have the skills, to trigger them to be excellent. So it's all about excellency.
You're right.
That's the trigger.
That doesn't mean that the education system in Suriname is also a theory based, just like what we have in Africa.
More or less. It's theoretical, practical, but it doesn't fit in the industrial needs. You know? So what we're doing is preparing them, getting them ready for the industry, getting them ready to participate right away in the production. The education system is great. I'm a product of the local education system.
Yeah.
However, the industry has certain needs and requirements, and what we do is fit in these needs and requirements within our training programs. We customize it, we blend it, and one of the most important ones, you know, English and Dutch and all those languages actually are not our mother language, right? So what we do within our training, that's the difference. Within our training program, we take measures to modify and develop our curriculum based on the language barrier. So we train them with the common language and the mother language. And that's the difference.
I mean, like, this is how it's supposed to be, because if you go to, we're not Dutch, we're just colonized.
Exactly.
So we have to use our own language.
Exactly.
We're not English, but we have to learn in English, which it's so hard for us to even understand. I just love something in here. I love the fact that whatever is happening in here, I've been done by Afro-Surinamese. Let me give that.
Afro-Surinamese.
And it's more like you guys are taking control of your own narrative, because, you know, when you talk about machines, building machines, people don't think about black people in general. But this is what you're doing in here, and I feel like coming from Ghana, I need to applaud you, because I'm seeing your staff, everybody, you know, like, this is Afro-Surinamese people doing something that if you say it somewhere else, no one will believe you.
And that's how I do it. That's how we do it.
This is something we call Afro-innovation.
I told you that. This is Afro-innovation. So we have Afrobeat.
Yep.
We have to go to Afro-innovation. We have to go to Afro-technology. We have to go to Afro-machinery, etc., etc. Not only Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Afro-technology, Afro-innovation.
Afro-science. If you're watching this from Africa, we all know that Afrobeat is global. But Pansa is saying that we need to make Afro-innovation global. See, we need to patent that before somebody steals that statement. A big round of applause for Pansa. This is a truck.
This is a truck.
Wow.
But it's not just a truck. It's an incredible truck created by the Afro-innovation. Yes. The idea of having, you went to my factory,
exactly,
right? Large factory, big machines, etc. Highly sophisticated, state-of-the-art. And the idea was, I can't bring all the people of the village to my factory. you went to Samaka.
Yep.
You saw how difficult it was to get there.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, I want to create something because the technology that I have there, I can create machines, we can develop machines, we can innovate, but we want to bring the innovation to the community. And that's how we came up with the idea to design this truck with the modular training facility, what you saw, what you see there, and this truck in which we have machinery technology.
It's like you brought the whole factory.
We micro, yes. We brought it in a micro size.
Wow.
In this truck. So this way we can teach youngsters in the interior. Maybe you will have a discussion with I see one of the school leaders is there. He told me
the student?
Yeah, students. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
He told me today.
Yeah.
This is the first time some of these students saw one of these machines.
And which?
But I want to introduce you to this incredible lady.
Hi, Frida and Maya. Nice to meet you.
She's the only woman in our factory.
Wow.
And also part of providing training. And she still studies. I really admire her.
After being in business for that long, what has been the biggest lessons that you've learned as an entrepreneur?
The biggest lesson is that, or let's say, what I've learned and experienced, that when you take risk, it should be well calculated. Yes, when you take risk, it should be well calculated. Because that is one of the biggest challenge and biggest hurdle, or let's say biggest mistake that a businessman can make is that your risk wasn't well calculated, and sometimes you fail. You have a lot of businessmen that fail and never get up. They fall and never get up because of miscalculation of their risk. So your risk need to be well calculated in order to stay in business.
With what you've been able to create in here, I believe that it's empowering so many Surinamese.
Yes.
I mean, I believe that you are Pan-African.
Of course. I don't have to tell. You can see it.
So, if you are Pan-African, are we looking forward having Pansa Group and companies in Africa?
Yes, of course. I've been to Ghana already in 2017. And of course, it was to check the business environment, do some business linkages. This is a concept, a factory that built factory. And this concept needs to go in Africa, because I think we are in the same situation as a nation with Africa, in which we have a lot of natural resources, human resources, but we need to add value. This is an adding value or an added value concept and facility, which can facilitate the fast-track development in Africa as well. So this concept is ready, completely packaged to serve Africa.
Are you looking for a partnership with an African brand, or you want to come and set it up all by yourself?
In everything you need partnership. As you see, I'm standing here, but I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing it with partners. So of course we will need partners in Africa who we can partner with to set this up, because we can start from here, pushing down there, and at a certain point we can set up plans there, etc., etc. So we need partners. We will not be able to do this without partnership.
Your father started it, handed it over to you.
Yes.
which means your father believed in generational wealth.
Correct.
How are you transferring what you've been able to acquire to the next generation?
The vision I have,
Yep.
I will not be able to do it by myself without the next generation. It's like my father's vision back then, what he had. I've took it somewhere and I brought it somewhere, and the next generation has to bring it, you know, further. So I'm already training my kids. I'm already training not only my kids, but also employees. Kids of my employees are in the training to, you know, to go into business for generations to come. So this is a generational thing.
I love the fact that you're training your kids. And I really want to ask you, because I mean, I see all of us to be Africans, right? But one thing that we are not so good at is how African businesses transfer the business to the next generation. Why is it so that we don't consider transferring businesses?
Well, you know, we have came a long way as Africans, Pan-Africans, in which for most of us, the foundation wasn't there.
Yep.
A certain blueprint wasn't there.
Yep.
And also, the facilities aren't there, you know. I know what I'm talking about because, you know, I've walked the walk. And that's why I cannot say, how can I say it? Some of what you have said is a fact, but there's a reason behind that. And that's why I'm trying to do my part to inspire others, in which I've created this eco-innovation system, which transfer of knowledge is a key element of our success. So that's why we do a lot of transfer of knowledge within our company, within the family, within the company, but also within the community. That's why it's a very good question. A lot of my colleagues don't think about what I'm doing. But they don't understand that if you don't share, sharing is caring, but sharing is also wealth. You're creating the generational wealth by sharing knowledge and with the community, you know, in which you are, because most of the time when one of us made it, we are there and everyone is here, right? But what we need to do is try to
Bring everybody
up with you. Of course, they need to understand, they need to know that. So transfer of knowledge is the key for generational wealth.
Yeah, but I believe that even the older generation are not ready to transfer the knowledge to we the young ones.
I see that happen, but I have managed to find a way to make it interesting. You went to our training school here in the facility, but also our training school in the field, and you see the older generation and the younger generation are working together. I have found a way to make it enthusiastic for them, you know, create the environment for them that they need. Because you need, you know, we youngsters, most of the time when we see the older generation, we think we are all that. You only have to give them the respect and the acknowledgement.
If you had a message to a younger African watching this video, what would that message be?
Keep moving. Keep doing what you do with love, with passion, you know, with empathy, because empathy is important. Believe in God, believe in yourself, believe in your community, believe in your country. Keep moving. I want to cheer with you.
All right.
And welcoming you in Suriname in our company. And
thank you.
It's a great honor for you to have you here. Yes, all the best. The WODEMAYA juice is good?
Can't believe we just made juice out of nowhere, man. Can I take the machine to Ghana?